Now, uh, program exit survey is done through the Google Forms. Here, the example what I'm giving here is that I calculate the PSO attainment value through the indirect assessment tools. To do that, I've used the Google Form as a tools in order to measure the PSO. Here, if you see here, there are two questions are there. Question number 13, question number 14. Question number 13, by considering the PSO1 point of view, I have written question number 13. By considering the question number PSO2, I have written question number 14. Now, see, generally, maximum institution while calculating the PSO attainment or PSO, they will use some sort of questionnaire. They will use excellent, good, poor. So my best advice, you don't give the direct option for the students. You try to give the indirect option. I mean, this is we call as a rubrics. So instead of good, you just use the few techniques. Instead of poor, you write a unable to. Listen, you just give the question. The question is probably you would have written based on the PSO1. Okay, then you just give some sort of rubrics. Don't give the direct option. When you give the direct option, student will opt for only excellent only because of it is bias. So in order to avoid the bias, we are giving the rubrics. Now, I'm assuming that because of there are nearly in your class 60 students. Now the program survey, you have to calculate the attainment value. This is the indirect assessment value. So in order to calculate the PSO attainment value, there is a formula. So PSO attainment value is equal to sum of the point is received on particular PSO divided by total number of student has given feedback on 2 hours on that particular PSO. For example, you take there is a PSO2. How many number of students are there in your class? Final year. How many are there? 60. Okay. Out of 60, how many number of people they've given here is feedback is 55. Why 55? I'm assuming that there are 5 students, they bunked the class, or that day they didn't come to the class. There are n number of reasons. Okay. You assume that there are only 55 students are given. Okay. Now, how do you calculate the PSO attainment value? This is the indirect attainment value. So now you would have taken the feedback in this fashion here. Now I'm assuming that PSO2, how many number of students are there given feedback? 55. Okay. 42 students they are given excellent, 8 students they are given good, 5 students they can prove toward the PSO1. In the sense, 48 students, 42 students they opted for this. Okay. 8 students no they opted for this. 5 students they have opted for this particular feedback. Means they have opted for this. 42, 8, this. Now, how do you calculate that? Now, I am assuming that I've given the weightage is that excellent weightage is 3. Okay, good weightage is 2. Poor weightage is 1. So now how do you do this calculation here? 42 into multiply 3. Why multiply 3 in the sense the excellent weightage is 3. Now plus 8 into multiply 2. Why multiply 2 in the sense good weightage is 2. Plus 5 into multiply 1. Why multiply 1? Poor weightage is 1. So when I do that, I'm getting 147. Okay. Now, in the sense, total sum, how much we got here is 147. How many number of students has given feedback? It is a 55 student. 42 plus 8 plus 5. How much it is? What? 55. Now, I'm giving 147 divided by 55. How much I'm getting? 2.67. In the sense, the indirect attainment value with respect to PSO2 is 2.67 on the scale of 3. In case if you want to represent the percentage, some people they ask you give me the PSO attainment and percentage. In that case 2.67 divided by 3. Why we are divided by 3? In the sense the maximum 8 is 3. One is a low, 2 is a 3. One is a low, 2 is a medium, 3 is a high. So 2.67 divided by 3, how much you're getting? 89.07. So in this way you have to calculate the PSO attainment for other PSO, I mean PSO1 also. Now, so far we talk about the how to do calculation of the direct attainment value. We know how to do the calculation of the PSO attainment value also. Now, whatever the value I got here, the direct attainment value, indirect attainment value, I just copied this direct attainment value indirect from the previous slide. So now the final PSO attainment value, how do you calculate here? MBA, what it says that direct attainment value, okay, you take it, multiply with 80 percentage, then you take the indirect attainment value, then you multiply 20. What do you mean direct attendance? So you have to take the CIE, okay, you have to take it CIE. Then this one is program exit survey or any other survey you can take it. So this is 80 percentage, this is a 20 percentage. Now I'll take the small example PSO2. So you take the PSO2. So PSO2, how much of direct attainment value? It is 2.5. Okay. Now 2.5 into multiply 0.8. How much you're getting here is 2. Okay. Means you have to scale down this value to 80 percentage. So it should be 2. So what is the indirect attainment value for the PSO2? It is 2.61. So you have to scale down to 20 percentage. So 2.67 to multiply into 0.2, then you are getting it 0.534. Then you have to add both. In the sense, you have to add this. So 2 plus 0.534, how much you are getting here is 2.534. Okay, you got it on the scale of 3. In case if you want to represent the percentage, what you have to do? 2.534 divided by 3. Why divided by 3 is maximum weight is 3 here. 1 is a low, 2 is the medium, 3 is a high. So it is 84.47. Like that, you have to calculate the remaining PSO. This is the final PSO attainment is with respect to PS1 is 2.4. The PSO attainment 2 is 2.53. In this way, you have to calculate. Now I'm talking about the economic audit. How do you do that? The simple is that because of calculating the PSO attainment, PO attainment is very simple. This is like now how this is play a major roles. So academic auditing will play a major roles in order to improve the quality of your program. That's no doubt. It when you say that academic auditing here, there are 3 level of auditing will be done by the every institution. In maximum, if you take any top institution, generally they will do 3 level of auditings. Now this auditing will be focused on the general, with respect to OBE point of view, they will focus on the CO, then POs, then PSO. So every faculty has measured this CO attainment value, and every faculty probably would have done the PO attainment also. What are the POs you have mapped those attainment value? Yes, we have to do auditing. Then whatever the PSO if we map, then he has to give the attainment value. In the sense, this auditing will be focused on the CO attainment value, PSO attainment value, PO attainment value also. Now, 3 level of auditings. So I will explain the what is the meaning of self, pack, accurate auditing. Now, first auditing, self auditing. What is the meaning self auditing here? In every faculty, whoever handling that particular subject, he has to do some sort of auditing. That is called self auditing. Means the self auditing is done by the concerned faculty member. For example, I am handling there is a subject DBMS. So DBMS subject, how many number of COs I have written here is five COs here written. At the end of the semester, I have to give the attainment of the COs on the scale of 3. I can also give the attainment of the percentage. In the sense, yes, this part. Before submitting these details, I have to ensure that whatever the value I submitted the department, I have to do the cross verify. That is called self auditing. And since this particular subject I have mapped with the POs, okay, 5 POs. At the end of the semester, I have to give this PO attainment on the scale of 3 as well as percentage also. In PSO also, I can give like that. So what I have to do is that I have to verify whatever the data I have provided this data have once again I have to do the crossify, have to put the signature. That is called self auditing. Now there is another auditing we can call as the program academic committee, PAC committees. We can say that this PAC committee, it is consist of the three to five people at the department level. They will do auditing on the program level. So this auditing is done by the group of the program level faculty members toward the attainment of the POs, PSOs, COs. Okay. Now they will take the all the subject which is toward the particular programs. They will do auditing CO, PSO. I will take small example here is now this committee, PAC committee. they will see what is the target level, then what is the attainment level. Whether the particular faculty is attained or not, they will take it. Even whatever the PO attainment, PSO attainments, whatever they give, they will do cross verify by seeing the course file. Now, the PAC committee can also be identify the curriculum gaps based on the target level. In sense, what is the target level you have kept? Whether you attained or not, that committee can also be checked here. For example, you take your 2018-19, you have kept the target level is 2.7 here. You take here. Then what is attainment here is? The attainment level is 2.63. In sense, you have not reached the target level. Then what you have to do? Then action need to be taken. What action need to be taken? So when you say that UG engineering program, there are 12 POs are there. So PSOs, you can write your own, probably 2 to 4 PSOs can be acceptable. So if you look at the PO5, in the year of 1920, your target is 2.7. Yes, but the attainment is 2.63. In sense, in this year, this is the target level. So you will not reach the target level. For the next year, in the sense 1920, you have to conduct some sort of events or anything like a program, guest lecture, seminar, whatever things you can conduct. But that program has to be focused on that particular PO only. So, for example, PO5 mainly talks about the usage of the modern tools. You can conduct some sort of workshop on the network simulator, hands-on experience, MATLAB, LabVIEW, SCADA, anything like that. In a sense, whichever the POs, if it is not reach the target level, then you can conduct some sort of events here. That is called curriculum gap action taken. Now, there is another committee called IQAC auditing. So, IQAC auditing is done by the group of the faculty members at the college level. For instance, some mechanical people, 2 people, are a civil department, 2 people, like a EC department, 2 people, or computer science, 2 people. Like this is depend upon the college policy. But only objective is that they have to do some sort of editing. So this is a group of the faculty at the college level. So what they do is that generally they focus on the POs, PSO attainment value in all the subjects. Then they have to do the verification of the attainment value. They have to cross verify whatever the data has submitted by the self committees, back committee. Then they have to verify. Now, accuracy committee can also be identify the curriculum gaps based on the target level as well as attainment level. For example, you take here in the year 2018-19, 18-19, PO 10 target level is 2.80. Okay, but the attainment level is 2.54. Yes, your target is not reached here. And what you have to do? PO 10 it mainly talks about the communication skills. Okay, so see, this batch is already passed out 18-19, so you cannot do anything here. If at all, if you want to do anything, you can do only for the next batch only, 2018-19. So some sort of event you can conduct, like a conducting the communication skills, like a communicate, like a hands-on experience, communication skills that can also be possible. Okay, this is the way you have to do the editing here. Yeah. I'm stopping my presentation here. Okay. Thank you for me watching this video.